Alright, y'all, so I'm back with another Bible reading today. I think also today maybe I'll post a Resident Evil video, maybe, but I'm not too sure. So I'm just going to start from right here, Matthew 4, page 10 to 11. Start right now. Again, same message as yesterday, keep yourself away from sin as best as you can. From the time Jesus began to preach his message, turn away from your sins because the kingdom of heaven is near. Jesus calls for fishermen. As Jesus walked along the shore of Lake Galilee, he saw two brothers who were fishermen, Simon called Peter, his brother Andrew, catching fish in the lake with a net. Jesus said to them, "Come with me, and I will teach you to catch men." At once they left their nets and went with him. He went on and saw two other brothers, James and John, son of Zebedee. They were in their boat with their father Zebedee, getting their nets ready. Jesus called them, and at once they left the boat and their father and went with him. Jesus teaches, preaches, and heals. Jesus went all over Galilee, teaching in synagogues, preaching the good news about the kingdom, and healing people who had all kinds of diseases and sicknesses. The news about him spread throughout the whole city of Syria, so that people brought to him all those who were sick, suffering from all kinds of diseases and disorders, people with demons and epileptics and paralytics, and Jesus healed them all. Large crowds followed him from Galilee and the 10 towns from Jerusalem, Judah, and on the land of the other side of the Jordan. Jesus saw the crowds and went up a hill where he sat down. His disciples gathered around him and he began to teach them. True happiness. Happy are those who know Happy are those who know they are spiritually poor. The kingdom of heaven belongs to them. Happy are those who mourn. God will comfort them. Happy are those who are humble. They will receive what God has promised. Happy are those whose greatest desire is to do what God requires. God will satisfy them fully. Happy are those who are merciful to others. God will be merciful to them. Happy are the pure in heart. They will see God. Happy are those who work for peace. God will call them his children. Happy are those who are persecuted because they do what God requires. The kingdom of heaven belongs to them. Happy are you when people insult you and persecute you and tell all kinds of evil lies against you, because you are my followers. Be happy and glad, for a great reward is kept for you in heaven. This is how the prophets who lived before you were persecuted. Salt and light. You are like salt from all mankind, but if salt loses its saltiness, there is no way to make it salty again. It has become worthless, so it is thrown out and people trample on it. You are like the light for the whole world. A city built on a hill cannot be hid. No one lights a lamp and puts it under a bowl. Instead, he puts it at the lampstand, where it gives light for everyone in the house. In the same way, your light must shine before people so that they will see the good things you do and praise your Father in heaven. Teaching about the law. Do not think that I have come to do away with the law of Moses and the teachings of the prophets. I have not come to do away with them, but to make their teachings come true. Remember that as long as heaven and earth lasts, not the last point nor the smallest detail of the law will be done away with, not until the end of all things. So then whoever disobeys even the least important of the commandments and teaches others to do the same will be last in the kingdom of heaven. On the other hand, whoever obeys the law and teaches others to do the same will be great in heaven, or in the kingdom of heaven. I tell you then that you will be able to enter the kingdom of heaven only if you are more faithful than the teachers of the law and the Pharisees in doing what God requires. Teaching about anger. You have heard that people were told in the past, "Do not commit murder. Anyone who does this will be brought to trial." But now I tell you, whoever is angry with his brother will be brought to trial. Whoever calls his brother you are good for nothing will be brought before the council, and whoever calls his brother a worthless fool will be in danger of going to the fire of hell. So if you are about to offer your gift to God at the altar, and there you remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there in front of the altar, go at once and make peace with your brother, and then come back and offer your gift to God. If somebody brings a lawsuit against you and takes you to court, settle the dispute with him while there is time before you get to court. Once you are there, he will turn you over to the judge, who will hand you over to the police, and you will be put in jail. There you will stay, I tell you, until you pay the last penny of your fine. Teachings about adultery. You have heard it was said, do not commit adultery, but now I tell you, anyone who looks at a woman and wants to possess her is guilty of committing adultery with her in his heart. So if your right eye causes you to sin, take it out and throw it away. It is much better for you to lose part of your body than to have your whole body thrown into hell. If your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. It is much better for you to lose one of your limbs than to have your whole body go off to hell. Teaching about divorce. It was also said, anyone who divorces his wife must give her a written notice of divorce. But now I tell you, if a man divorces his wife for any cause other than her unfaithfulness, then he is guilty of making her commit adultery if she marries again. And the man who marries her commits adultery as well. Teaching about vows. You have also heard that people were told in the past, do not break your promise, but do what you have vowed to the Lord to do. But now I tell you, do not use any vow when you make a promise. Do not swear by heaven, because it is God's throne, nor by earth. Wait, what? Because it is God's throne, nor by earth, because it is the resting place for his feet, nor by Jerusalem, because it is the city of the cause of the great king. Do not even swear by your head, because you cannot make a single hair white or black. Just say yes or no. Anything else you say comes from the evil one. Teachings about revenge. You have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, but now I tell you, do not take revenge on someone who wrongs you. If anyone slaps you on the right cheek, let him slap your left cheek as well. And if somebody takes you to court to sue you for your shirt, let him have your coat as well. And if one of the occupant troops forces you to carry his pack 1 mile, carry it 2 miles. When someone asks you for something, give it to them. When someone wants to borrow something, lend it to him. Love for enemies. You have heard that it was said, love your friends, hate your enemies. But now I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, so that you may become the sons of your Father in heaven. For he makes his sun to shine on bad and good people alike, and gives rain to those who do good and to those who do evil. Why should God reward you if you love only the people who love you? Even the tax collectors do that. And if you speak only to your friends, you have done only to your friends have you done anything out of the ordinary. Even the pagans do that. You must be perfect just as your Father in heaven is perfect. So I think that's pretty much all I'm going to read for now. I'm on page 16. I think I did like 6 pages maybe. But I think that's all I'm going to do for now. Sorry. And I've seen a lot of people talk about these passages, and I've seen a priest talk about how, he doesn't actually mean to cut off your hand or to gouge out your eye, but if something is causing you to sin, you should throw it away or you should get rid of it. And I mean, that could be my phone, that could be a book that I'm reading or a game that I'm playing, whatever it is, I should throw it away. And that is true, and we should all do that. And I wish it was easier for us to let go of certain things like that. I wish it was easier for me to just throw my phone away, but I'm not even going to say I need my phone because I don't, but it's how I get in contact with my friends, and it's just, you know. But I'm praying that God will help me out a little bit to kind of let my phone go so I can just, And I'm also a lot happier since I haven't been on my phone a lot more. I usually just watch YouTube on my phone and then text my friends, but I think that's, I think that's a good thing to just be able to kind of let your phone go and to not be on your phone all day long because it does kind of ruin your brain. So, and again, right here for the last passage or for the passage, even the pagans do that. You must be perfect just as your Father in heaven is perfect. And I don't think like it is saying to be perfect here, but the problem is none of us can be perfect. All of us are, it even says even if just by looking at a woman with lust, you've already committed adultery. So all of us have already committed adultery. All of us have already done this sin. All of us have already done all of the sins. If you broke one commandment, you've broken them all, from what it says. So I don't think it actually means that you have to be perfect, but it's talking about placing your faith in God and your faith in Jesus and just trying. I think if you try, maybe maybe that can help God to forgive us if we at least try to be better. And I think that's important. It's always important to try to be a better person or to try to make changes in your life, to try to, you try to do this or you try to do that, whatever it is to make your life a little bit better. I think you should try to do it. I think we should all be trying to pray a little bit more or trying to spend time with God a little bit more. I think that's the right message, but I could be wrong. I'm not I've only been studying God and trying to follow God for about like 2 years now, so I'm not really, I'm not fully in tune with everything. I don't really know everything yet, so I could be wrong about these passages. If I am, just put it down in my comments. But regardless, thank you guys so much for watching this video. God bless you all, and I pray you all have an amazing and great day. Peace out.